A new measles scare at a busy airport to tell you about this morning. For the third time in 2 months, travelers at LAX in Los Angeles could have been exposed to measles. This is according to health officials. Someone with measles traveled through that airport on April 3rd. Now, there isn't a known risk at the moment, but people who were at the airport that day could develop measles up to 21 days after being exposed. So we just want to make sure that you're aware of that if you happen to be in that area at that time on April 3rd. And take a look at this baby. Shira Goldschmidt turned 1 year old this week. Well, back in December, she got sick, and then came the red spots, and her parents knew it was measles. She was only 8 months old, far too young to be vaccinated. She was so sick, though, that she had to be hospitalized. Her mom took to Facebook, angry at parents who refuse to have their kids vaccinated. So Dr. Devi Nampiaparampil, got it, is the Associate Professor of Rehabilitation Medicine at NYU School of Medicine, and she's with us obviously here in studio. We're so glad to have you with us to talk about this, because it feels like it has just exploded. Why do you think this has been so prolific in the last few months?
Well, I think we're losing something called the herd effect. So the idea is that if you get a vaccine, you protect yourself, but you're also protecting the people around you, right? So with the vaccine, the more people that get vaccinated, the less chance the measles has to get past any of them. So let's say for a child under 1 who may be too young to get vaccinated, if they're surrounded by people who have been vaccinated, they're also protected because the measles virus can't get a hold, right? But in this case, because people in general are getting vaccinated less, what happens is the measles virus has these pockets where it can get hold, and then people who are more susceptible can also get the measles. Even people who have had the vaccine can still get measles virus as well.
Would they just not get it as severely if they've had the vaccine?
Possibly. So the vaccine is about 93% effective if you get 1 dose. If you get 2, it's about 97% effective. But that's assuming you're in good health. So let's say that you have cancer, you have something else affecting your immune system, that you're in certain age groups, and you might be more likely to get sick even if you have had the vaccine. And then, of course, the issue is that for some people, they may be able to recover or bounce back more quickly. Sure. Other people can end up, in a coma. People can die from this disease. We're used to thinking about other viruses like Ebola, HIV as being deadly, but measles itself can be deadly as well.
Which is a great reminder to us that this flight attendant in Israel is in a coma because of the measles right now. So let's talk about these people who traveled through LAX airport on April 3rd. Do you believe them to be safe at this point? I would think, if they're telling us to put it out there, there's concern.
Yeah, there's concern in general because of the outbreaks and because of the travel. I mean, we're seeing a lot more international travel, right? So when everyone in the U.S., for the most part, got vaccinated back in 2000, we thought that we had eradicated the measles vaccine. Now with more global travel and more outbreaks elsewhere, then there's more chance of measles coming in here and sort of, catching these people that are unvaccinated or more susceptible, right? So of course at LAX, being a big global hub, then there is more risk. The other issue is that measles is so contagious that, it can stay in the air even 2 hours after a person who had it has left. And the problem is the symptoms are not obvious. Like we think about the red rash, but that usually is a late symptom. So one of the first symptoms is fever, some cold symptoms, maybe itchy eyes. These aren't things that you would automatically think that you have measles. You might think you have a regular cold, right? So what happens is during that time, you might expose other people to the measles. And then the issue is, let's say you thought that you had a measles virus or a measles infection. You don't immediately want to run to the doctor's office or the ER. You want to call ahead, because otherwise everybody else that you see along the way may then get exposed.
So they prepare for us when we are sick.
Exactly.
Dr. Devi, thank you very much.
Oh, thank you.
Appreciate it. Yes.